Welcome to Bermuda to our visitors. Did you have a good flight? Nice. I hear the JetBlue experience is about the best in the business. My name is Glenn Jones. I'm the Director of Public and Stakeholder Relations for the Bermuda Tourism Authority. We'll have four brief speakers for you today to just celebrate the expansion of this JetBlue service to Bermuda. We're all very, very excited about it. So to get started, I'll welcome up our Minister of Tourism, Transport, and Municipalities, Senator Michael Fahy.
Thank you and good afternoon. Welcome to Bermuda for those of you here for the first time on a truly magnificent day. I'm honored here to be welcoming this JetBlue flight from Boston. It marks the beginning of a year-round service between Boston and Bermuda, which for the past 10 years has been seasonal. Over the past few years, following the success and popularity of the Boston-Bermuda flight, JetBlue has made incremental additions to their flight schedule for this route, starting a season a week earlier and pushing back the end of a season by a week or two each year. Today, however, represents the biggest development in our joint history since JetBlue began flying to Bermuda, and it is fitting that as Bermuda continues to grow as a visitor destination, JetBlue will continue to grow with us. This year alone, JetBlue seat capacity from Boston will grow 17%. Meaning more Bostonians and New Englanders can pop over to Bermuda on a 2-hour flight for a long weekend or even a short weekend. In addition, this year as well, JetBlue's capacity from New York JFK also has grown 17%, meaning more New Yorkers and New Jerseyans can do the same. Out of JFK, we now have 2 daily flights operating to Bermuda through the summer, which means twice as many opportunities to travel to Bermuda. And one of these flights will continue to operate post-October and keep flying through the winter. Beginning today out of Boston, the JetBlue experience never ends. JetBlue will now fly every month of the year, and we're delighted and doing our part to save New Englanders from the harshness of their winter. This partnership with JetBlue is yet another indication and the return of confidence in Bermuda as a tourism destination, and as a result of the hard work the Ministry, the Department of Airport Operations, now Skyport, headed by Aaron Adley, who's with us today, and of course the outstanding marketing efforts led by the Bermuda Tourism Authority over the last few years. Increasing air arrivals numbers speak for themselves, and I'm confident that things will only continue to get better, and we are truly in a renaissance period for Bermuda's tourism product. The partnership between the Ministry, Skyport, BTA, and of course our good friends at JetBlue will ensure that my confidence is well placed. Thank you again, all of you, for being here. And again, on behalf of Bermuda, welcome again to JetBlue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. We've been fortunate to have the partnership of many senior officials at JetBlue, and one of them is Giselle Cortez. We are working especially hard to impress her because this is her first visit to Bermuda. So even though she's the director of JetBlue cities in Latin America and the Caribbean, her first time in Bermuda, and we hope it is not her last. Please welcome Giselle Cortez.
Well, good afternoon, and Glenn, certainly not the last.
Good.
Thank you very much for that welcome. Thank you, Mr. Minister Fahy, for the warm welcome and those kind words. Thank you to Kevin Dallas, our CEO of Bermuda Tourism, and the entire team for everything that they do to make our partnership such a success. As well as supporting our events this morning at JFK and in flight, where we conducted our famous in-flight bingo. We gave away great trips into Bermuda, as well as round-trip tickets to our customers, were big smiles upon arrival. So thank you again to the Premier Dunkley for taking the flight down as well. Great moment this morning. And thank you to Mr. Aaron Adley, President of Skyport, for the partnership. Nonetheless, I do want to thank our General Manager, business partners here at Bermuda, as well as our incredible JetBlue team, Mr. Herbie Siggins, who has represented our mission, our vision, and our values in such an incredible way in this beautiful island. Increasing service into this beautiful island of Bermuda is certainly a pleasure for us, and we're very excited for the many years to come in the partnership. Thank you again for the warm welcome, and I hope to see you all very soon again.
Thank you, Giselle. As she mentioned, our colleague, Pat Philip Farron, flew down from Boston on the flight that just landed, and Kevin Dallas and Premier Dunkley flew in on the flight from JFK. And so I had the pleasure on social media of seeing Kevin direct some in-flight bingo. And I didn't know you had those skills, calling the shots at bingo, but there were, of course, some passengers who won some great prizes before they got here. So Kevin is going to come up to tell us a little bit about that experience and about the partnership with JetBlue. So our Bermuda Tourism Authority CEO, Kevin Dallas.
Thank you and good afternoon. I'll be very brief. There are really only two things that I wanted to add to what's already been said. The first is that I think this increase in service from both Boston and New York and the happy passengers that were on our flight today are really proof that our strategy of focusing our marketing effort on our gateway cities is working. So we had a 43% increase in capacity out of New York last year and a 47% increase in demand. That's before the 17% increase that we're talking about today. With the addition of the two JetBlue flights and some other airlines that I won't name, we now have 5 daily services from New York to Bermuda. We've made it really, really easy to get here from New York, and people are coming in droves, which is fantastic. The second thing, I think, is what the Senator already alluded to, which is the importance of partnership, which is where we work effectively with Skyport and with our airline partners as true strategic partners, and we grow demand and supply simultaneously. That really works. So I want to say thank you to Aaron, and thank you very much to our partners at JetBlue. Cheers.
Thank you, Kevin. So although we have a new partner in Skyport here at the airport, there's a lot of continuity because we still have, of course, Aaron Adderley, who's the general manager of Skyport and, of course, was also the director of airport operations as well. So we are happy to continue our partnership with Aaron, and we welcome him up to say a few words.
The first thing I want to do is just applaud the 3 gentlemen behind me. Come over here, Glenn, for their Bermuda shorts. You got to give it up. You got to give it up. That's priceless. Good afternoon, everyone. And it's really a pleasure to be here this afternoon. It was 10 years ago, almost to the day, we were right here in this room, roughly 10 years ago, right here in this room to celebrate the start of the JetBlue service out of Boston. And here we are today, a decade later, celebrating year-round service. I remember my days with the then Department of Tourism, and we were courting JetBlue for the longest time. And in order to finally seal the deal, we invited all the VIP JetBlue folks down to the island, and we had a big reception for them over at the Grotto Bay Hotel. And we had to pull out our trump cards in order to close the deal. We called on our island's #1 couple, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones. And the minute they walked into the room, especially Catherine, I saw the look on a few of the male JetBlue VIPs, and I knew we had you. Ever since then, we've had a fantastic, special relationship with JetBlue for the past 10 years. And while this also marks the beginning for Skyport, you know, it is our intent to work very closely with our friends at the BTA to try and move forward and develop more air service opportunities. And I know for sure that front and center to those efforts will be JetBlue, because they have proven year after year that they are a true partner to Bermuda. And Bermuda is very fortunate to have you. Bermuda was, I believe, your second international destination. And I hope that this marks the beginning of a new decade where we'll have even more services to celebrate here, not in this room, but in our new terminal that we're building that will be open in about 3.5 years. So with that note, I just want to say to all of you, thank you, welcome to Bermuda, and let's hear it for another few decades of success moving forward. Thank you.